everybody. So, just finished with my live session on Zoom about gut microbiome. In this live session, we discussed about what exactly is gut bacteria and what are the main functions of these bacteria, how it plays a role in immunity, how it plays a role in your mental health, and ways of improving your good bacteria and to help facilitate good health by improving these bacteria. So do watch this live session. It's recorded, and let me know what you think about it. If you want to know more about my content, you can follow me on Instagram. I have attached the link down below in the description box. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications in the future. And if you want to be a part of these live sessions in the future as well, you can email to me at drkushbugata@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook and you can message me over there as well. So do continue to watch this live session. It was very helpful for the ones who attended it, and I hope it can provide you some value by helping you to make better health choices. हेलो एवरीवन, वीडियो स्टार्ट करोगे सब लोग? हाय श्वेता, हाय विधि, हाय नंदिनी आंटी. Just seeing who all are there. And I've made thank you to my sister. She's a co-host right now, and she's going to keep admitting people as in when they join. So I'm going to start exactly at 10:10. But before that, 5 minutes ke liye, I just want to talk to you all ki exactly what kind of knowledge you have about this topic. So you all can write on the chat, you all can bombard the chat, or you all can just open your mute and just tell me what exactly you all know about this topic. So we can move ahead like that.
I don't have any idea.
Good. I like such people who have no idea. So you all will get a lot of fresh information then.
Yes, except that we thing, what the good bacteria.
Yes. So tell me, you all can put it in the chat, whatever you know about this topic. Anything, nothing, there is no wrong answer, nothing like that. I just want to know what you all know about this topic.
I'm with you, Auntie. Even I don't know anything about it.
Okay, that's good. Anybody?
Is it related to something healthy?
Yeah, it is related to something healthy, and that is the reason why I have opened this topic up. There's a lot of healthy bacteria present in our body, and I'm going to discuss more on this in a few minutes. Diksha, as it is same year, not much.
Hi.
Prajakta
Hi,
has
Khushbu.
Hi. Bol Shivam.
Yeah, so I had read somewhere that whenever you are, eating something, you are either feeding a disease or fighting it. So
Okay.
maybe there is some relation to gut.
Yes, that's there. Good answer. Prajakta has written it maintains our immune system. Yes. Are you all able to see each other's replies?
No, the chat is not working. We cannot type.
Okay, I have
I think there's some setting issue.
opened it to everyone publicly. Okay. Anybody, anyone else? We still have 2 minutes before we start. Om has written helps to digest food and for good immune system to fight against disease. Yes, very good. Prajakta has written it's good for our skin too. Yes. Kritika has written gut is like the second brain. It's like you just stole my information which I was going to give. Yes, it is the second brain. That's right. Anybody else has any other answer?
It's like for the overall health, good for the overall health.
Yes. Still more people are joining in. Okay, so I'll start now. It's officially 10:10. So yes, most of you all are right, and I'm going to elaborate much more on whatever you all have said, and there is more to this as well. So yes, bacteria in our gut is definitely responsible for our health, and we have a lot of healthy bacteria present in our body itself. So I am speaking about gut, but do you all know about any other part of our body which has bacteria other than our stomach? Any other part of the body which has bacteria, if you all know about that? Again, you all can put it in the chat, open your mute, anything is fine. Any other part of our body except for our gut which has healthy bacteria in it? Okay, so I'm going to conduct this session in Hindi and English both. Okay, तो अगर किसी को कुछ issue हो रहा है language में, then let me know. I'll translate it in either which ways. Okay. So apart from our gut, it's like every opening in our body has healthy bacteria in it. What are the different openings which we have? We have the nasal passage, we have the mouth, then we have our ears. Then for females, we have a reproductive system. So that also has healthy bacteria in it. Every opening which we have, which directly connects with the environment, it all has healthy bacteria in it. But it is said that our gut has the maximum amount of healthy bacteria in it. In fact, it is so large that it competes with any other place on earth. ऐसी कोई जगह नहीं है पूरे अर्थ पे जहाँ पे ज्यादा बैक्टीरिया होंगे as compared to our own human body. Like each single person has a large trillions of bacteria in their body which competes with any other place on this earth. Okay. Now I want you all to tell me that gut में क्या क्या आता है, like what parts of the body come in gut. Gut is like a general term, but क्या क्या body parts आते हैं उसमें?
Digestion.
No, I'm talking about body parts.
Of what? Stomach or
Stomach, then
intestine.
intestine. Yes, intestine में कौन से रहते हैं हमारे पास?
Small intestine, large intestine.
Yes. So our gut is basically stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. It's in that order. First comes the stomach, then the small intestine, then the large intestine. Okay. So all these three parts have gut bacteria in it, but the concentration varies a lot. जो बैक्टीरिया का जो प्रपोर्शन रहता है that varies a lot according to you when you go top to bottom. So top first comes the stomach. अभी stomach में क्या रहता है exactly? We all know what exactly is there in the stomach. Like what is the thing that helps us to digest our food? What is that one?
Digestive juices.
Yes, digestive juices. Our stomach has digestive juices, but ये जो digestive juices रहते हैं, ये बहुत ज़्यादा acidic in nature होते हैं. So the concentration of the bacteria in our stomach is very less. Because वो acidic environment इतना रहता है कि bacteria वहाँ पे survive ही नहीं कर पाते इतने. So you will find very less, like maybe very few strains of bacteria inside our stomach. उसके बाद आता है small intestine. अभी small intestine का some part of the small intestine is very close to the stomach. So जो part stomach के बहुत close रहता है वहाँ पे again there is a lot of acid because it is so close to the stomach. But one which comes like it's a pipe, okay? So one which is connected to the stomach, it's very acidic. But as you come down, the acid starts reducing and there is more of alkaline environment. So if you all would have studied science in 9th, 10th standard, acidic and alkaline environment. So acid is like low pH and alkaline is high pH. Alkaline में bacteria, it helps bacteria a lot to grow. So as you come down, it starts becoming alkaline, and when you go to the large intestine, it is completely alkaline. So you will find very high concentration of bacteria in the small intestine ka later part and the large intestine. In fact, large intestine has the maximum amount of bacteria which you can find. Okay. So one more thing is that when we eat our food, it goes from the esophagus, it goes to the stomach. Stomach में churn होता है, then it goes to the small intestine. Small intestine plays its own role in digesting that food. Then it goes to the large intestine. Large intestine has the maximum amount of bacteria. When it finally comes out in the form of stools, they say that 60% of our stools actually have bacteria in it. So that is the amount of bacteria which we really have, and you can just imagine the large important role which it has on our body. Okay, so now coming to functions. किसी ने तो बोला immune system. Yes, bacteria plays a very major role in immune system. So bacteria, there are two ways, okay, in which bacteria can come inside our body. Two very major ways. One is through our nasal passage, because we are constantly breathing air. So the bacteria can come inside through our nasal passage. But the second way is that it can come through our food or whatever we eat. And this actually is 80% of the times. Any outside pathogens, कोई भी outside infections हमारे body में through the mouth, oral cavity, 80% of the times आ सकते हैं. So this is the reason why when the food, whatever we eat, goes inside our stomach, it needs to have some filtration so that it does not end up attacking us, because whenever you eat something, it obviously has a lot of pathogens in it because it has been kept outside environment mein hai wo. When you're eating it, the body needs some kind of filtration system to fight against any pathogens which would be present in that particular food bolus. So this is when our bacteria plays a very major role in that. It plays a very major role in immunity. So अभी immunity COVID के time पे बहुत important हो जाता है कि if you have good immunity in your body, you are able to survive COVID. It's all about the immune system. Your immune system plays a very major role in preventing any kind of diseases or infections. अभी दो type के immunity रहते हैं. Can someone tell me what are the two types of immunity that we have?
Acquired immunity and innate immunity.
किसने बोला? I didn't get that. Who said that?
Here.
Okay, acquired and innate. These are very technical terms. थोड़ा easy way में explain कर सकती है?
Active, inactive.
Active.
Inactive.
any try to explain the process कि exactly acquired और innate immunity में difference क्या है?
Innate is something which is present in born, and acquired is something which is attained after birth.
Yes. So basically दो type के immunity रहते हैं. Innate means inside, means it's already there in your body. Acquired means बाद में आता है. So innate basically the moment you are present, you are there in your mom's womb, it starts because as soon as the genetic makeup starts when you are born, before you are born, the immune process starts. So they say that maximum a lot of immunity cells are passed on from the mother to the child when the child is inside the womb. That is the innate immunity which we have. So once you're born, that is when your acquired immunity starts playing a role. Acquired may be thode type ke immunity, like there are two main classifications of acquired as well, active and passive. Anybody can tell me difference between active and passive also? Anybody can? Okay. So active is basically infection आता है तुम्हारे body में और तभी तुम्हारा immune system react करता है towards that infection. It takes a few days for your immune system to react to that virus or pathogen. That is active immunity because वो actively fight कर रहा है, तुम्हारा immune system actively fight कर रहा है वो pathogen से. अभी passive immunity क्या होता है? Can somebody give me an example of passive immunity? It's going on very recently. It's very trending right now. Vaccines, yes. Passive immunity is vaccines. So the dead form of the virus, or there are different ways of putting vaccines in your body. But basically the antigen जो virus का रहता है, वो तुम्हारी body में डाला जाता है, so that your immune system gets prepared to take action against that. That is passive. मतलब passive मतलब है वो present है body में, मतलब वो जब finally वो active virus आएगा तुम्हारे body में, तब जाके तुम्हारा immune system active हो जाएगा. But the passive is still there, which is the reason why when you are getting an infection after you're vaccinated, इतना उस पे असर नहीं होता है because your immune system is sort of already passively ready to fight against that virus. So these are the basic things about immunity which are there. Okay, so just to summarize, we have two types, innate and acquired. Innate means already inside, which is genetic. Acquired is something which you get after you are born, immediately after you are born. Acquired may be active and passive. Active is when the pathogen actually comes inside you, and passive is when you're putting vaccines inside your body. Now, bacteria plays a very major role. Like what I said, 80% of the food, 80% of your immunity comes from bacteria. You're eating food, the pathogens are going inside your body every time you eat something, but the bacteria is there to fight against all of this. So this is the reason why it's so important to have healthy bacteria inside your body, because it will help to fight against all that. Okay, अभी तक कुछ भी doubts है किसी के पास भी, please. Yeah, so I was talking about immunity. Okay, now other than immunity, there is inflammation also in the body, which is there. Inflammation is basically कि कभी भी कुछ भी इंजरी होता है या आउटसाइड कुछ भी तुम्हारा फॉरेन बॉडीज अंदर और आपके बॉडी में कुछ भी आता है, immediately there's an inflammatory process which starts inside your body, and this inflammation is also controlled by your bacteria. Okay, then second thing is about digestion. So digestion, somebody said कि it helps in digestion, it helps in healthy, it helps in digestion in our body. Actually, the truth is that if we did not have these bacteria in our body from the beginning, it would have never been possible to eat so much. So whenever we are eating something, actually our body actually has a capacity to only intake 10% of whatever we are eating. Rest 90% is all digested by the bacteria. जो भी maximum मेटाबॉलिज्म होता है हमारे स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन में, whatever absorption happens in our gut and it goes to the various parts of our body, it's all because of the bacteria which happens. Otherwise वो 10% हम 10% पे ही रहते तो हम सब लोग malnourished हो जाते in our childhood probably, because the bacteria is there. That is why we have been growing up so healthily. Okay, now there are, as we progress from childhood, as soon as we are born, we don't have these bacteria in our gut. In fact, they say कि जो fetuses रहते हैं mom के womb में, उनके पास like their entire gut is sterile. They don't have bacteria at all. But as soon as a baby is born, he starts getting exposed to the outside environment, and all of the bacteria it starts accumulating inside his body. उसमें से वो पूरा प्रोसेस होता है, like bad bacteria and good bacteria both are there, but eventually the good bacteria develop more as in when बच्चे को nutrition मिलता है and healthy growth होता है. As in when that happens, the good bacteria starts multiplying even more. And it is said that as we age, as we progress with our age, the bacteria culture also starts changing a lot. So there must be some people, I'm sure, in this group right now, जो बचपन में दूध पी लेते थे, like 2 glasses of milk in a day they used to drink. But now at this age, like probably they are in their 20s and they are finding it difficult to have even half a cup of milk right now, because like as soon as they have that milk, they start feeling that their stomach is heavy or they are not able to digest it very well. This is because lactase करके एक enzyme होता है, that is also secreted by our bacteria. That is also secreted by our bacteria, and these bacteria which produces lactase, it starts reducing after a certain age, which is why some people have more chance of becoming lactose intolerant later on. This is the reason why. Okay, then bacteria, as I said, that it's responsible for a lot of nutrition in our body. So can you give me a few examples of nutrients which we can get from our bacteria, if you all know, if you all have any idea about that?
Probiotic
Nutrients
food.
का तो नहीं.
Huh?
Probiotics, she said.
Probiotics? No, that is not
But
correct.
fiber, I don't know about nutrients, but fiber.
Again, fiber, not really correct. Like fiber is something which goes away in our stools. It doesn't stay in our body. Something which is absorbed
think-
in our body.
Yeah,
Water.
I think some water soluble vitamins like vitamin B12 and even vitamin K, they are
Yes.
synthesized in the gut. So that is.
Yes, so vitamin B12 and with vitamin K are the main nutrients which can get absorbed from our gut. So there might be a few people who must be having low hemoglobin over here, and even after eating even after eating iron-rich foods, they are still not able to raise their hemoglobin in the body. It's because the bacteria in their stomach, it's not able to really absorb vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 and hemoglobin, it goes side by side. वो metabolism होता है, थोड़ा high fundu process है, but you basically need vitamin B12 and iron both to really increase your hemoglobin in the body. So vitamin B12 नहीं रहेगा, तुम्हारा healthy bacteria to absorb that vitamin B12 is not there, then hemoglobin नहीं बढ़ने वाला तुम्हारा उसकी वजह से. Okay, another thing is that it absorbs biotin, it absorbs calcium, it absorbs iron, magnesium, all these small micronutrients, essential micronutrients which are required by our body. All of this is absorbed, digested by our bacteria, absorbed into our body because of these bacteria. Okay, now there is one enemy of these bacteria, and this enemy is something which we all consume every day. Like, we love it. So do you all know any such enemy which I'm talking about?
Sugar.
Yes, sugar. Sugar is one enemy which is present in which we eat. Like, literally, sugar is abused by all of us so much. We eat it all day long. Like, सुबह में खाएंगे, lunch में खाएंगे, dinner में खाएंगे, dinner के बाद dessert में खाएंगे. This sugar is, when it goes inside our body, it actually, like, just consider that you have, okay, I'll just tell you the story. India and China, okay, they both are at war with each other. India is the good bacteria, China is the bad bacteria. Abhi last year ही हुआ था, like China had attacked India in Ladakh. So this is what happened. Bad bacteria is China and good bacteria is India. Now you are introducing Pakistan into the picture. Like, Pakistan was giving full support to China. They were like, चलो इंडिया चाइना तो लड़ ही रहे हैं, हम लोग भी इसमें ज्वाइन हो जाते हैं चाइना के साथ, so हमारा भी इसमें कुछ तो विक्ट्री हो जाएगा. So Pakistan is the sugar. So Pakistan is helping China to fight against India. So sugar is helping bad bacteria to fight against the good bacteria. Because of this, good bacteria will slowly start dying down and the bad bacteria will go up even more. ठीक है, और ये इमीडिएट नहीं होता, मतलब आज शुगर खाया और कल ही मुझे ऐसे मतलब कुछ तो भी लग रहा है, ऐसे नहीं होगा. This is over a period of time, over a period of say 30, 40 years, 50 years that we are eating sugar every day, and it finally shows up in our body in the form of diabetes, in the form of systemic illnesses, blood pressure, all these systemic changes which are there. They do have different mechanisms, but this is also one of the factors which is there. Because the bad bacteria has been growing in our body every day, we are helping it to grow every day. So this is one of the reasons why we get those systemic illnesses as well. Okay, so one thing to remember is that whenever we are eating something, we are not only feeding our body, but we are feeding our bacteria also in this. So तुम जो भी खा रहे हो, तुम वो बैक्टीरिया को फीड कर रहे हो. कुछ भी अच्छा खा रहे हो, good bacteria is getting, it's getting that nutrition, it is getting good growth. If you're eating something bad for the body, the bad bacteria is getting more growth. So this is, you are basically helping that bacteria to grow more. Now comes the gut-brain axis. So our gut is basically, अभी तक मैंने सिर्फ gut के बारे में बोला, but as Krutika said कि gut is the second brain. मतलब gut and the brain both are connected. Gut has so many neurons in it. Neuron is basically a part of the brain, and the gut also has a lot of neurons in it. And the gut and the brain, they both are interconnected. मतलब whatever we eat is all going to our brain also, and whatever we think from our brain is getting transferred to our gut also. Okay, so first let's talk about gut to brain. मतलब जो हम खाते हैं वो ब्रेन में कैसे होता है. ठीक है. So I want you to answer me this कि ऐसा कभी भी हुआ है कि you in college you were working very hard at some project and you were expecting, to get some praise from the teachers, but you did not get that praise. ऐसा कभी भी हुआ है तुम्हारे साथ? So
Yes.
when you don't get that praise, what happens? What do you feel?
Disappointment.
Yeah, disappointment. So basically you were expecting कि तुमको कुछ तो praise मिलेगा तुम्हारे teachers से. If someone is working in offices, you are expecting that you are working very hard at a project, you will get some sort of praises from your boss, or you will get a promotion, whatever. But at that moment you feel very disappointed कि नहीं हुआ कुछ भी. This happens because dopamine करके एक neurotransmitter है. Dopamine is responsible for your appraisal. मतलब अगर तुमको एक्सटर्नल वैलिडेशन, मतलब अगर तुमको प्रेजेस मिले तुम्हारे बॉस से या तुम्हारे टीचर्स से, you will start feeling good because dopamine is getting secreted in your brain. But if you're not getting praises, if you're not getting adequate marks in your exam, the dopamine is not getting secreted. तो तुमको disappointment हो रहा है. So what do you do if you are getting disappointed? Like, just imagine that you've had a very stressful meeting and you did not get adequate amount of praises from your boss. What do you do usually? Like, क्या करते हो तुम?
Eat something good or listen to songs.
Eat something good? Yes.
Yeah,
So
what we
usually,
like.
yeah. So usually, like, what do you like to eat when you are disappointed?
Fast food or something like that.
Yeah, something sugary.
Yes. So ऐसा मेरे साथ बहुत होता था. Kritika says I have good food, but good food में what do you usually eat? Like, what kind of items do you usually crave for when you're feeling stressed?
Something sugary.
Yeah, especially sweet and cold. Yeah, like for me, ice cream. I love eating ice cream, especially like when I feel कि अरे आज बहुत ही stressful day था, I just want to reward myself. I'll eat ice cream, and after eating that ice cream, I feel so good. I feel so good. Like, it's because when you're eating that sugary substance, it's going inside your stomach, it's going inside your intestine, but whatever neurons are there in your gut, it's all going and giving signals to your brain. So your brain is secreting that dopamine. So the dopamine which you did not get when you were disappointed with your boss or your teachers, now you're getting that dopamine as a substitute from ice creams and chocolates. Like मेरे साथ तो 11th 12th standard में बहुत होता था, मतलब when I used to not get adequate marks in my test papers, so I used to just go home and there used to be chocolates inside the fridge. I would just pick up one bar. I used to be like, चलो एक ही पीस खाऊंगी, एक पीस खाती थी, फिर मुझे और क्रेविंग होता था, चलो 2 पीस खा लेती हूँ, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. पता नहीं चलता था मैं कभी पूरा का पूरा बार खत्म कर लेती थी. Like, I used to not even realize. Like, पता चला कि okay, it's all empty, and then my mom would shout at me. So this is all because that chocolate is giving me that dopamine hit, which I did not get because my boss did not praise me or I did not get adequate marks. Now, this is not good, right? You cannot have, Megha has asked, is it normal if you don't feel these kind of cravings when you're disappointed? Yeah, if you really adapted your body now to not get the cravings, then yes. Like now, this used to happen to me when I was 16 or 17 years old. But now after 10 years, I don't feel like that. If I'm disappointed or something, I just switch on good music or I just sit in silence for some time and I'm like, chalo theek hai, ho jayega. Next time kar lenge kuch acha. And now I've realized that I don't really need that external, validation for really getting that dopamine hit. Like, I am satisfied with my own work कि हाँ अच्छे से काम किया, इसलिए I am getting my own dopamine from that itself. Now there's another way in which you can get dopamine. Does anybody know what you can eat which can help you to get that dopamine? Anybody here who knows what we can, how we can substitute this dopamine instead of eating sugars? Protein. Okay, dopamine is basically a molecule. It's a chemical and it's precursor, or you can say जब brain में वो metabolize होता है, उसके पहले वो form होता है, उसके पहले ही it's actually a protein molecule. So when you're eating protein, you're basically giving those essential nutrients to your brain to produce that dopamine. And it is said that 50% of the nerves in our stomach have dopamine neurotransmitter. Like, one study has said that. So when you're eating protein, automatically you are eating those amount of amino acids to really form that dopamine molecule. So you can actually eat healthy and you can get that dopamine which you were getting earlier because of sugar. क्योंकि क्या होगा कि जब तुम शुगर खाओगे वो डोपामीन सिक्रीट हो रहा है, बट डोपामीन का जो लाइक जस्ट कंसिडर दैट योर ब्रेन इज अ टैंक में पानी भरा हुआ है. Dopamine is filled in your brain. When you're eating something sugary, the dopamine is getting secreted, the water is coming out of the tank. But at some point, the tank is going to get empty. So that is when now you will start feeling that dopamine hai hi nahi mere brain mein. And that is when you will start regretting that you ate that chocolate, that you ate that pastry because you were feeling stressed. But if you're feeding that tunky, if you're putting extra water inside that tunky to, by eating proteins, you don't really necessarily have to feel regret or guilty afterwards, because you're already feeding that much dopamine inside your brain. Okay, another neurotransmitter. Anybody knows this neurotransmitter causes happiness. It's a happy hormone in our body. Anybody knows about this? Anybody knows its name?
Serotonin.
Yes, serotonin. So 90%, again, as I said, dopamine is 50% of our gut. Serotonin is actually 90% of our gut. अभी anybody knows कि serotonin कब secrete होता है? Like dopamine is secreted when you are eating sugary food, but serotonin कब secrete होता है? Does anybody know that? Just 1 second, I'll just keep my laptop on charging. Okay, so serotonin also gets secreted when you're eating carbohydrates. Not necessarily sugar, but any kind of carbohydrates that you eat. अभी carbohydrates में भी दो types के रहते हैं, right? Simple and complex. Simple is basically the sugars that you eat. Complex is basically wheat, jawar, bajra, all the complex carbohydrates. Rice is all complex carbohydrates. So, tell me, all of you all, tell me that what kind of food do you eat and you feel really comfortable and really rested and you feel very like, it's your comfort food. What do you eat when you feel like that?
Pizza.
Rice and dal.
Rice and dal, pizza. Anybody else?
All kinds of junks and sweets, ice creams,
Okay.
chocolates.
Chips for me.
Give me a particular food item which you really like. Like the first food item which is your favorite and which comes to your mind when I say comfort food. Rice and dal bola Om ne, और किसी का Shivam ने pizza बोला. Anybody has any specific? Prajakta says cheese. Anybody has any specific comfort food which they really like? बोलो, किसी के पास तो होगा कोई specific food item that they really like. Diksha has it in chocolates. Kritika has it in samosa. Okay. किसी ने छोले भटूरे नहीं बोला. I'm very disappointed. Like छोले भटूरे is my comfort food. Like Sunday को mom जब बनाती है छोले भटूरे, Kritika has it in tea again. छोले भटूरे is like I have kept that Sunday to just rest. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to like hold on that chole bhature and I'm just going to go off to sleep after I eat that. That is my comfort food. So what chole bhature does inside the body, it has complex carbohydrates. So when it goes inside our body, it goes inside our intestine, it secretes serotonin. Serotonin is a hormone which makes you feel happy. It makes you feel relaxed, rested, comfortable, सोने का मन करता है, ऐसे. So when dopamine is actually a hormone which makes you really motivated and it makes you pursue things, serotonin is a comfortable hormone. You feel comfortable and content when you have serotonin. अभी रोज रोज तो छोले भटूरे नहीं खा सकते ना, it's really unhealthy. So do you know of any other ways in which we can increase the serotonin hormone? in our body? Any other ways? Exercise. Yes, serotonin increases with exercise. If you have been working out since a few months, a few years, you will immediately feel very good when you exercise. It's because the serotonin is getting secreted in your brain. It's the happy hormone. It's making you feel happy, which is why abhi, you all must be feeling कि अरे ये सब सोशल मीडिया पे जो भी वेट लिफ्टर्स और ये सब रहते हैं, ये लोग रोज रोज एक्सरसाइज कैसे कर पाते हैं, लाइक हाउ आर दे एबल टू वर्क आउट एवरी डे एंड हाउ आर दे एबल टू really sustain that lifestyle. It's because when they are exercising, they are getting that serotonin neurotransmitter inside their brain, and it's making them feel very happy. Any other way in which we can increase serotonin? Exercise is one.
Laughter.
Yes. Any other
sunlight.
way?
Sunlight. Light.
Sunlight, no. As such, serotonin nahi, as in, itna nahi hota. By eating proteins again. Again, serotonin is a neurotransmitter in our brain. It needs proteins, but there are specific kinds of proteins which you can eat, which is like tofu, seeds, flax seeds, then different types of dry fruits and nuts which you can eat to increase that particular tryptophan amino acid in your body, and it causes the release of serotonin. Okay, so dopamine and serotonin, these two are very important for our mental health. Okay, agar dopamine kam hoga, depression, like if you actually see particular kinds of people like Parkinson's, they have less dopamine inside their brain because they have this disease in their brain. So this is the reason why they feel, after a certain point, they feel depressed. In general life mein, they are very depressed. Even serotonin, if you're not comfortable, if you're all the time anxious, this is what anxiety again causes, because the serotonin is less in the body. So these two particular neurotransmitters are very important. And again, these are produced because we eat proteins. Proteins are digested by our good bacteria, and the bacteria helps in absorbing these proteins, and it helps to reach the brain. So this is the way that you can really control your moods by eating healthy, by exercising. Eating more amount of protein in your diet, by exercising, you can control your moods. Okay, पूजा आंटी ने बोला था that probiotics रहते हैं. Yes, probiotics. Anybody can tell me the difference between prebiotics and probiotics? Like नाम तो सुना ही होगा prebiotics and probiotics का. So anybody can tell me the difference between these two?
I think what I have read about is that bacteria also need something to eat. So maybe prebiotic is their food, and probiotic is the other way compound.
Prebiotic is, I think, which is present already inside our body, and probiotic which we get outside from the food.
Okay. Any other answers?
Prebiotic is to feed the bacteria that is already there inside the body and increase it. And probiotic is actually eating the good bacteria from outside.
Yes, correct. Ekdam correct. So probiotics, basically pro and biotics. Biotics is bacteria. Pro is like enhances the bacteria inside our body. Prebiotics is what Pooja aunty said, what Hetvi said and Shivam said, that the good food that you eat, which helps to grow that good bacteria. Okay. All of this is external. Prebiotics and probiotics both are external. It's not something which is already present in our body. You need to eat that right amount of food to really grow that prebiotics and probiotics. Okay. Anybody can give me an example of probiotics?
I think fermented food.
Curd is there. Curd. Yeah.
Yes. Probiotics basically, Prajakta, curd, buttermilk, yes. So what does curd and buttermilk contain? It contains lactic acid bacteria in it. That is a good kind of bacteria. So you're feeding those bacteria inside your body and it's helping the good bacteria to grow inside your body. Even yogurt has two strains, Streptococcus and lactic bacteria. These two bacteria are again you're feeding inside your body and it's helping the bacteria, good bacteria to grow. Now, anybody can give me an example of prebiotics.
Fiber rich foods, all fruits and vegetables and everything.
Yes. Anything which has fiber in it, fruits, vegetables, those are all good. Those are all prebiotics which you can eat. Okay. So probiotics, you need to have both in your diet. Probiotics, you need to have fermented foods like idli, dosa. Anybody over here who loves South Indian food, like I really love South Indian food. It's like whenever I eat South Indian, whenever I eat dosa, idli, my stomach feels so light and it doesn't even feel like I've eaten something heavy, and it still is very satisfying for me. It really satiates my stomach. It's because it has good amount of bacteria in it. So start including probiotics in your diet. Probiotics can be, once a day at least. Start having curd, dahi, buttermilk, or if you are a vegan, then you can go to idli, dosa. There are lots of vegan options also for probiotics. You can just search about it and you will get it. Prebiotics, fruits, vegetables. Fruits, maybe there are particular fruits like papaya, bananas, yes, all these. But again, one warning which I would like to give is that fruits again are sweet. So again, they have simple sugars in it. So if you are eating fruits, सबसे पहले तो restrict करो just 1 or 2 fruits in a day, and try to have it in the first half of the day, because if you have it for dinner or post 6 p.m. 7 p.m. There is no way for the sugar to really get utilized in the body, so it will stay in your blood. तो वो फुकट का blood sugar increase होगा उसकी वजह से. So try to have it in the first part of the day so that it gets used up, because you are active throughout the day. तो वो easily use up हो जाएगा. So try to have it in the first part of the day. Just restrict to 2 fruits, but in a day. Try to have more vegetables in your diet, leafy vegetables. So ultimately it will help for the bacteria to grow. अभी डाइट पे भी बहुत डिपेंड करता है. लाइक बचपन से तुमने कैसे टाइप का डाइट खाया है उसके ऊपर भी बहुत डिपेंड करता है कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ बैक्टीरिया इज रियली प्रेजेंट इन योर स्टमक. So if there are people who have eaten non-veg since childhood, they have different kinds of bacteria in their stomach. People who have eaten vegetarian, plant-based food since childhood, they have different kinds of bacteria. But it is said, like I'm not saying that stop eating meat or something like that, but it is said that people who eat plant-based diet, vegetarians, since childhood, they have more number of healthy bacteria in their stomach, and overall the digestion process is better. Whatever fiber they are eating, that gets really digested well, because there is a more plant-based diet. Okay. So we spoke about...
Khushbu, 1 minute. The lady who told the definition about that probiotics, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
हाँ, probiotics is basically जो भी आप खा रहे हो, that is helping the good bacteria to grow. So basically probiotics is you are eating the bacteria. So दही होता है, buttermilk होता है, कुछ भी fermented रहता है, उसमें the fermented food product is made because the bacteria are multiplying inside that food product. So दही कैसे जमाते हो? you are putting curd or buttermilk inside milk, and you are keeping it overnight, and the bacteria multiplies in 8 to 10 hours, and the dahi is formed. So the bacteria
What
is
is
present in that food item, and you're eating good bacteria. Okay, those are probiotics.
and what is pre?
Pre is something which you're feeding the bacteria. So prebiotics is not for us, it's for the bacteria. You are eating that prebiotics for the bacteria. You are feeding the bacteria inside your stomach.
Okay, means pre means you are feeding the bacteria. Pro is you are you are taking the intake of bacteria.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay.
अच्छा ये खुशबू, हाँ ये फर्मेंटेड फूड किसके लिए अच्छा नहीं होता है? हेल्थ
फर्मेंटेड
वाइज
फूड, सो अगर आप लैक्टोज इंटॉलरेंट हो, आपको डेयरी नहीं होता है डाइजेस्ट, देन यू शुड अवॉइड ईटिंग दैट curd and buttermilk and all. But you can definitely eat idli dosa fermented. It's in small quantities, you can definitely eat it once a day. Again, if you really want to know if specifically for you it is good or bad, you can consult a nutritionist for this, clinical nutritionist for this, because those will be the best kind of people to advise you on that.
ओके
ओके अभी हमने किसी और को कोई डाउट्स हो तो प्लीज बताओ, put it in the chats or
Is the good bacteria only related to stomach and intestine, or it's also related to blood vessels or any part of the other body?
so as I mentioned ki any part of the body which is exposed to the environment also has bacteria in it. So our nasal passages, our oral mouth, then for females, vagina, the female reproductive system, it's all exposed to the outside environment. It all has good bacteria in it. Helps to fight off the infections. Okay.
So even the white blood cells and the red blood cells are related to that good back? No, or they are different?
White blood cells and red blood cells are something which the body produces. It's not bacteria, but bacteria can definitely influence the production of white blood cells. White blood cells basically immunity में काम आते हैं. जब immunity होता है strong, तभी when some infection comes inside your body, the immune system starts reacting towards it, and the amount of white blood cells in your body will increase.
Okay? If you have a good bacteria, then it's better.
Yes. Okay. It will help you to fight off that infection very well. Okay. Now we spoke about gut to brain. मतलब जो भी तुम खाते हो वो brain में क्या असर होता है. We spoke about that. Now we are going to speak about ulta, brain to gut. Okay. अभी मुझे बोलो कि whenever you have some kind of presentation the next day, you have to speak in front of an audience, or you have to give an exam. Then what happens to you, like in your body? What happens?
Nervousness.
Nervousness में क्या होता है exactly? Have you ever observed कि stomach में क्या feel होता है?
No, not really that way, but you feel like,
Anybody has got that feeling, that rush feeling inside their stomach when they are just about to give a presentation, or when they have gone to, even if you've gone on a roller coaster and you're just about to drop from a height, एकदम zup करके नीचे, तभी ऐसे कुछ, yes, butterflies, Prajakta has written loss of appetite, yes, that is also a major thing which happens when you're nervous. Butterflies किसकी वजह से होते हैं? Like what kind of hormone or neurotransmitter is secreted because of which you get butterflies? एक second, my laptop is not charging. Yeah. Cortisol. Yes. Anything else? Any specific word which you all know? Like I'll give you all a hint. Something dash rush. Dash rush. Adrenaline. Yes, adrenaline rush. It's a neurotransmitter which is getting secreted in your stomach. Okay, as I said, your stomach has a lot of nerves and neurons around it. So it is secreting that adrenaline inside your stomach. And you should get that adrenaline because पहले क्या होता था पहले के जमाने में जब stone age हुआ करता था, you know, when human beings used to stay, Homo sapiens used to stay in the forest and everything. Whenever there used to be danger, like there's a wild animal which is running behind them, so they would get this adrenaline rush which would help them to, you know, run as fast as possible, or it would help them to fight against the wild animals. It's a fight or flight response. That is because of adrenaline getting secreted. अभी तभी के जमाने में ह्यूमन बींग्स क्या करते थे, वो तभी के तभी वाइल्ड एनिमल आया, उन्होंने फाइट किया वो वाइल्ड एनिमल के साथ, डेंजर चला गया, तो आफ्टर दैट दे आर फॉरगॉटन अबाउट इट. They are all are then, you know, आराम से eating, doing merriment, all of that. Like they all are very stress free after that. But अभी के जमाने में क्या हो रहा है, like we are so stressed throughout our professional life. Like रोज कुछ ना कुछ डेडलाइन रहता है या something or the other we have to answer, or you know, some or the other stress we have. So this adrenaline gets secreted almost every day in our body. अभी वो तभी के तभी जब डेंजर होता है तभी adrenaline is a good thing, you know, it is helping you for fight or flight response. But overall, when you are not in danger as such, but your mind keeps getting those thoughts of, you know, having a presentation, that you have a meeting, and you know, क्या होगा, boss क्या बोलेगा, मुझे अभी firing मिला है, all of that. So that is stress that you're getting. So adrenaline is getting secreted in your body at all times. In fact, you don't even realize it. Your body has become so sensitized to this adrenaline. Sensitized matlab it is so used to this adrenaline now. You're always in a fight or flight response all the time. Okay? And this has an effect on your good bacteria. Because the adrenaline is secreted in your stomach, in your intestine, it is hampering the growth of good bacteria. It is affecting it to a very great extent. This is the reason why your immune system goes down. You start feeling sick. क्यों बोलते हैं कि तुमको अगर you know COVID से बचना है, या if you want to stay away from the bad effects of COVID, you need to have a good mental health. It's because of this adrenaline. If you are stressed, this adrenaline, cortisol, what Hetvi said, cortisol, it's getting secreted in very, very high amounts, and it's affecting your bacteria. And because it's affecting your bacteria, it is affecting your immunity. तो जब finally वो COVID का virus तुम्हारे body में enter करेगा, उसको तो बहुत मजा आएगा. मतलब that person will really that COVID virus will really enjoy in your body, because there are no antibodies getting produced.
Khushbu, just 1 minute. People are, you know, joining in. So you are the host. Make you know, somebody else the co-host.
1 second. I'm not able to see anybody but joining in. I'll just check.
I guess someone is.
I'm making Hinali the host. Okay. ठीक है, are you able to admit people now, Hinali?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay. Thanks. So yeah, that is what I mean by stress, that because there is more amount of stress, adrenaline, cortisol is there in high amounts in our body all the time, and because of this it's affecting our bacteria ko affect kare to our immune system is also getting affected. Okay, so this is the this is the brain to gut thing which is there. Brain se gut ko kya effect ho raha hai. Okay. Now we've spoken about sugar, we've spoken about other carbohydrates also, we've spoken about stress. Do you know of any other enemy which the bacteria can have, which can really affect the growth of bacteria? I hope you guys have time. I just have 10 more minutes of the session on. So 11:15, 11:20 tak ho jayega. I hope you guys can stay till then. किसी को नींद नहीं आ रही है ना because of my session? Do you know of any other enemy which the bacteria can have?
Salt.
Salt? No. Fats? Yeah, fats, carbohydrates, मतलब जो saturated fats रहते हैं, trans fats रहते हैं, and carbohydrates, all of that is affecting the good bacteria. Any
Oil?
other very significant one?
Sleep.
Yes.
Oil?
Sleep is also there. Sleep is again related to stress कि नींद अच्छे से नहीं हो रही है, you are stressed. Constipation, Hetvi, constipation is a consequence of the good bacteria not being present. But you are on the right track, sort of. Constipation हमको किसकी वजह से होता है usually? Like if you would have observed certain type of medications that you take which can cause you to have constipation or loose motions. What kind of medications that you take?
Correct.
Antibiotics, yes. Antibiotics are the enemies of good bacteria. Antibiotics क्या करते हैं? मतलब we spoke about probiotics कि pro is like yeah good bacteria should grow. Antibiotics is basically we are stopping the bacteria from growing. Any kind of bacteria, like it's there. We take antibiotics because bad bacteria and infection is there in our body. But what those antibiotics do is it destroys the good bacteria also in that process. Because जो रहता है ना, good bacteria and bad bacteria are very closely related. मतलब they are belonging to the same family of bacteria, just that their strains are very different and their functions are very different because of that. But whichever antibiotics we take, it is going to affect the bad bacteria and the good bacteria both. अगर किसी ने नोटिस किया होगा, किसी ने भी ऑब्जर्व किया होगा, नहीं किया होगा तो आगे जाके ऑब्जर्व करना that whenever the doctor prescribes you antibiotics, you are bound to get associated GI symptoms, like you are going to get loose motions, you are going to get constipation, unless and until that doctor has given you some kind of the laxative to help you with the constipation or all of that. Okay, so antibiotics can really destroy the good bacteria. And I really feel that antibiotics also is something which people just take. Like doctor का prescription हो या ना हो, as soon as कुछ होता है, they take antibiotics immediately. So आगे जाके make sure not to take antibiotics until and unless you have a doctor's prescription. अभी अगर तुम्हारे पास प्रेस्क्रिप्शन है, तुमको एंटीबायोटिक्स का तुमको मिला है कि ये मेडिसिन्स एंटीबायोटिक्स है, you have to eat it, you have to complete the course of 6 days or 7 days, 1 week, whatever. Once you start taking those antibiotics, make sure that your diet has very good amount of probiotics and prebiotics, because those antibiotics are really going to affect your bacteria. So you need those probiotics and prebiotics alag se in more quantity to balance out those antibiotics का effect. और खुद से तो कभी भी मत लेना आगे जाके. Like even if you know some family members or friends who are taking antibiotics without taking a doctor's prescription, make sure to tell them not to take antibiotics, because उसके साथ क्या होगा कि if they are taking antibiotics without any prescription, eventually the body is going to start developing resistance towards those kind of antibiotics. वो antibiotics में भी रहता है first class, second class, third class. तो body is going to start developing resistance towards those antibiotics, और जब भी सच में infection रहेगा तभी उनको बहुत ही high dosage of antibiotics लेना पड़ेगा because of that. Okay, so make sure not to have antibiotics without a prescription. Okay, now finally, I'm just going to give a few, like summarizing all of this, and I'm just going to give a few simple and practical tips which can help you to grow that good bacteria. Number 1, I already said prebiotics and probiotics include karo diet mein. Prebiotics, if you're eating fruits, make sure to eat it in the first part of the day. Vegetables, try having it with every meal that you can. Probiotics is basically something fermented which you can eat either for breakfast or if you're eating curd or buttermilk for lunch or whatever. Then second is eat more protein. Protein के वजह से तुम्हारे serotonin and dopamine will be taken care of. Then you won't get the cravings for sugar or for comfort food. Like I'll give you my example. Like as soon as I've started eating more amount of protein since the last 2 months in my diet, I don't get cravings. I don't feel that craving for eating chocolatey or for eating ice cream. I don't get that because I'm eating that much amount of protein, which is helping me to, you know, be in a good mood, and I don't get those cravings at all. Third is eat less sugar. Carbohydrates को भी limit करो. Even if you're eating complex carbohydrates, उसको limit करो. Fourth is physical exercise. Serotonin gets secreted when you're doing physical exercise. Make sure to include 30 minutes, 45 minutes of exercise every day. So you have that serotonin inside your body and your body does not feel like eating something to, you know, sustain that serotonin. And finally, stress management. Try to reduce whatever stress factors that you have in your life. Try to reduce that. Automatically तुम्हारा health, immunity improve होने लगेगा. Okay, so this is the last part of my webinar, and if you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. And can everybody please open their video because I want to take a screenshot of this meeting. Before people start leaving, I just want to take a screenshot. Hi, Prajakta, I'm seeing you for the first time. Shivam, Madhura.
Hello.
Hetvi is here. Okay, I'll just take a screenshot, okay? So I'll take a screenshot in, okay, still people are joining in. Okay, I'll take a screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Good. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending this. And if you all have any questions for me, please abhi pucho. No questions. So I'm going to say a very old teacher ka dialogue. मतलब सब कुछ समझ में आ गया है. I'm assuming. Like my lecture was so good. Okay, so one last thing that I want to say is that I'm going to keep such free live sessions twice a month. So आज हुआ और अभी after 2 weeks I'm going to have another session next to next Saturday also. So I have तुम लोग का email ID. So I will mail you all every time I have a live session and you all can join in. So I'll send you all the Zoom link over there and you all can join in. Okay, another announcement that I want to make is I have this made this 6-week program which is going to start on 20th June. I'll just share my screen. Okay, so this is a poster of the 6-week program which I'm going to have in June. It's going to start on 20th June. So it's again going to be a fun and interactive workshop. Like abhi kaise I was interacting with you guys. It's going to be fun, interactive, lots of stories, examples, all of that I'm going to use. And I'm going to basically explain the neuroscience behind physical health, nutrition, mental health, mindset work. All of that I'm going to have completely covered in the 6-week program. So week 1 is going to be physical health. So I'm going to explain the benefits of exercise and what kinds of exercise you can do, and different exercises, what role they play in different kinds of physiological function. Second session that I will have on second Sunday, that will be planning your workout. Exactly तुमको कैसे workout plan करना है तुम्हारा. third session will be on the nutrition module. Like Abhi, I was giving you all these nutrition tips. Again, I will be explaining you all in detail about proteins, carbs, fats, and I will be explaining about micronutrients, all of that. And I will be explaining in week 4 how to plan your diet. Then week 5 will be completely on mental health, how you can manage your stress. I will be giving you all a few tips on that. And week 6 will be mindset and habit work. So this will be like a complete whole package, which I will be giving you all for 6 weeks. And along with that, so it's going to be a 90-minute long Zoom call every Sunday. It will happen. I'm still not confirmed on the timings because I'll have to decide based on my work schedule also at that time. So that is still pending, but the start date is definitely going to be 20th June. And the fees are 1,200 for these 6 weeks completely. But early bird, I'm keeping up to 15th June as 1,000 rupees. So it's not just you. You can invite your family also to join in for that. Okay, completely open for you and your family. Because what I've seen is that overall, we Indians, we know a lot of things that, this workout will be good for us, this food will be good for us. But as such, guidance एक बार मिल जाएगा, then you'll be able to really help yourselves become independent in your physical health, mental health, and nutrition. So this is the reason why I've curated this 6-week program. And yeah, get in touch with me if you want to register for this. Till 15 June, it's an early bird discount, 1,000 rupees. And you can get family members along with you to sit for this session for these 6 weeks. Okay. So that's it. Thank you guys for attending. And I'll see you all next Saturday if you all are attending my next live. It might be mostly on PCOS because I've got a lot of requests for PCOS. तो शायद उस पे live करने वाली हूँ मैं. And I'll see you all after 2 Saturdays, after 2 weeks. Bye. Take care.